Hey guys, today I'm filming my Shop My Stash for March. I'm super excited to use some new spring makeup products, but I'll tell you I'm feeling a little overwhelmed today by all of my picks because I really want to use these things, but I know I have a ton of things coming in from the Sephora VIB sale. I'm also behind on videos, so I'm going to be doing maybe a few less videos this month. Or maybe I'm going to be doing a lot of try-ons of the things I got from the Sephora sale. So we'll see what ends up happening, but I will be going to work more this month. I'm going to go from 1 day a week to 2 days. That will give me a few more days to wear my products. So we'll see what ends up happening. I'm also filming this at night, so I have an umbrella light to my left, so the lighting might look a little bit different, but hopefully it's good enough for this video. So before we get into the makeup, let's go over the nail polish I used last month. And I did use these two winter picks. I wore them together. We have OPI DS Radiance and OPI Topeless Beach. I think I'm gonna get rid of the both of them. Now, DS Radiance is so pretty. I really like this, but I have this. I have OPI Designer to Better, and I have Color Club Harp on it. All of those are similar, but different, and I think I would pick the other two over this one. So while this is very hard, I think I will let this go. And then I just don't really wear taupey grays like this, but they're great polishes. I just don't feel as passionate about my winter polishes, which is why I added in some more fun things this past season, some different blues and purples, and I'm so happy that I did that. And then the rest of my polishes are actually very spring because, again, I am super late on these videos. Again, it is April now. So I wore some springy shades from Lights Lacquer. So we have Moon River, Secret Garden, and then what I'm wearing today is Nebula from the Xenon Trio. And I love all of these. I'm definitely hanging on to these. And I wanted to get your all's thoughts on this polish. So I actually have 3 polishes that are super similar. I have this one, I have Charm from KL Polish, and then I have a Nails Ink shade from the Unicorn Duo. All of them are very similar. I'm wondering if maybe I should start wearing this in winter again, just to have more of a fun, interesting pick. It is this really pretty purple with this intense blue shift, as you can see. Or do you think that I should just wear this in spring? So let me know your thoughts. All right, so we're just gonna start with the first drawer here. I reorganized this a little bit again. So all of my mini primers, I just moved them into either glowy hydrating or smoothing mattifying. And then where I had those, now I just have my cream and liquid bronzers that I'm not currently working on. So I do have 4 here. I'm decently happy with this for now. I actually did try to change up some of my storage, which you'll see down there. And I just wasn't liking it for primer, foundation, and concealer. So I still need to find something else. So from this drawer, I'm not gonna pick out a primer because I have one in my Project Pan that's ending soon, but it's gonna roll over into my spring project. And I'm not gonna pick a foundation because I know I'm gonna be getting several from Sephora that I want to test out. But I do want to try a new concealer, and that would be the KVD Good Apple Lightweight Full Coverage Concealer. I have the shade Light 105. I've heard that these run light, so we'll see how this works for me. I'm very excited to try this. Then some other products I want to try. They're not in the drawer. They're actually just sitting on top of my vanity. I've used these a couple of times, but I want to use them more. The Milani Supercharged Brightening Under Eye Tint in 110 Pink Rose, and the Smashbox Studio Skin Flawless Concealer in the shade Fair Neutral. So I want to give these a shot as well. I recently heard a tip from Rose and Ben, I believe, that you should try applying a pink brightening product over top of your concealer, not underneath. So I want to play with that a little bit more because I really could notice a difference on her, but I think hers had a little bit more pigment than this. So anyway, I'm going to play around with these two. Moving on to my next drawer, this is where I have powder, bronzer, and highlight. I'm not going to pick any powders for this month. For bronzer, I want to pick all 3 things that are in my chopping block that I think are a little bit springy. So my chopping block products I have in a separate bag. So I did go through that and pull the products out that I wanted to use for spring. And that would be the 3 of these. So the first one would be the Marc Jacobs Tantastic bronzer. I know you guys are probably surprised that's in my chopping block, but I just have others I like a little bit more. Then I have Becca Sunlit bronzer in Bali Sands. It's a little light on me, so I'm gonna play around with some different brushes. And then I do want to test out my contour products to see if I want to keep them. And the one I had used for spring for years is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Original Bronzer. So all of those. For highlighter, I'm gonna pick 2 from Becca. So we have more of a subtle champagne option, which is Moonstone. Especially on my skin tone, it looks really subtle. And then for something a little bit more fun, we're gonna take Lilac Geode. So then we have my blush drawer. This is where my organization has changed. I bought these from Target recently. They're really cheap and they're a little bit flexible, which is nice. Also a little annoying at the same time, but I like how I've reorganized this for now. So I've got cream and liquids on the left. Then right here are just some of my favorite formulas: Buxom, Persona, M Cosmetics, Becca, and then just some minis. And then basically here are all the rest of them. And then some face palettes in the back and on the side. So this is working for now. And I want to keep it simple and just pick some face palettes for this month. So of course I have to use this because it is new. And this is the Pat McGrath Bridgerton Cheek Palette. All of these are permanent products. So in here, you've got Cherish Blush, Nymphette, and Venus Nectar. I was thinking Nymphette was a blush that everyone was going crazy for, but I think that one is the shade Flirtatious. Next, I want to pick this Nars palette. This is the Nars Wanted 1, and it has a highlight in it. And then 5 blushes. I don't know that I'm gonna wear this one, maybe, but I will definitely wear the other shades. So those are a little bit more neutral, and the Pat McGrath were a little bit pink. And lastly, I'm gonna pick something that I got for Christmas that I have not used yet. That would be this Hourglass palette. It looks like uncooked bacon. This is the Universe, and it has an infinity powder, 2 blushes, a bronzer, and a highlight. So we'll give that a shot. And then I do want to pick some chopping block blushes as well. And I think I'll probably wear these on days where I'm going to work and then wear some of these other things in videos. So I just have these 2. So this is Lorac Spectra. I like the Lorac formula. I just don't reach for these or get super excited about them. And then I have this Beauty Counter Satin Blush in the shade Melon that I want to get my thoughts on. So that's going to be everything for blush. Okay, so now we're on to the drawers on the right, eyes and lips. And this first drawer, I have my liners, cream bases, mascaras. I don't think I'm going to pick anything from here for now. Next, we have my single shadow and small palette drawer. There are a few things in here that I have not tried yet that I really want to. First would be this Natasha Denona Jubilee palette. This was a BoxyCharm exclusive, so all of these shades are in other palettes from her. I'm mostly excited about these 2 mattes, but the other color is really pretty as well. This is a really dark blue navy color. It's not a black, so I think I can get a few looks out of that one. And then all the way in the back here, I have this Juvia's Place Rebel Mints Quad, and this looks so pretty. I haven't totally fallen in love with Juvia's Place eyeshadows, even though I keep trying them, but this one just looks so pretty. So I'm excited to see how the mattes in particular perform. And I think that will be all from the small palette drawer. Then for the large palettes, this is where I have my Natasha Denona single shadows and then some untried or ones that I've only tried a handful of times. So this drawer is not too full. It is going to be a little bit more full in the next few months. So I Of course, I'm trying the face palette. Want to also try the Pat McGrath Bridgerton eyeshadow palette. Emily's makeup bag posted some great comparison swatches between the first and second palette, and I'm not going to get the second one. And a big reason for that is because it's not going to be available at Sephora until after the VIB sale, which I think is good for me because I really don't need it. But this is the first one, and the shades in here look really pretty. I'm excited to try this new baked formula. And then I also want to try my large Pat McGrath palette that I've had since my birthday, I think, that I still haven't used because I'm absolutely awful. So this is the Utopian Dream palette. I love her designs and I wish that was on the black, but alas. So here's what this one looks like. I know you guys have all seen it. So there are some purples in here and that yellow gold, but everything else in here is pretty neutral. So I think that will be nice since the other options I have are a little bit more colorful. Now we have my lip products. I want to pick 5 or 6 things out of here, and I want to focus on some chopping block products as well. So that would be these 2 bullet lipsticks. This first one is Meringue from Bite Beauty. It's a little bit more of like a nude pink. This is a nice cream formula, but it's so thick that I just don't know if I love the formula of that one. And then on the opposite end of the spectrum would be this MAC Powder Kiss lipstick. This one is in Reverence, and this is like a super thin silicone formula that I don't know if I love either, especially in this color. I feel like it's hard for it to be fully opaque or look even in the coverage. Then I also want to pick this Nars liquid lipstick. These get oily even when I have them sitting up on the side, which is annoying. So this is a Power Matte Lip Pigment in Le Freak. I do like this formula. I haven't used this in a while. I got rid of a lot of mini liquid lipsticks, but I held on to this formula, so I want to get use out of that. Then so many people have been liking these. I want to see what I think of them. I have a couple of the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lips, like little samples, and I want to pick this color, Grapefruit, which is a little bit more of a peachy shade. These are so messy though. Like I already have product all over the tube, and I definitely want to try this out more. I just featured this in a drugstore first impression. It's the new L'Oreal Balmy Gloss in Feathery Fleur. So that's a little more of like a neutral option. I guess a lot of these are though. And let's pick something like a little bit more spring. Okay, that would be this Milani Keep It Full lip gloss in the shade Bare Pink, a little bit more of a white based pastel pink, and I know I love this formula, so I think that's good. Those are going to be all of my lip products. So now I'm going to put everything in the drawers and show you what it looks like. All right, so now I have all the products in, and let's go through the drawers, starting with brows. So I did finish my Anastasia brow pen, so I am going to just focus on my Benefit Goof Proof brow pencil in combination with Precisely My Brow. And then I do have my Benefit Gimme Brow Gel and also the Merit Brow Gel. I'm just going to be switching between the 2 of those. Then here's what we're working with for complexion, and the other things in here are just in my project pan or daily use items, like my liquid bronzer from Bare Minerals, my Persona Cream Bronzer Stick, the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Pressed Powder, and just some other staples along with the concealers that I chose. Then we have my very heavy and full cheek drawer. So on the left I have bronzers, highlighters. On the right I have my two of my blush palettes and my 2 single blushes. Then for eyes here, I've got my palette stacked and then my mascaras on the side. I did consider my Anastasia Lash Brag done. I'm going to use the Smashbox Superfan for another month and then just pair it with my two other open mascaras, the Grande Cosmetics and the Merit Mascara. Not in love with the way that everything is fitting in here, but I think it's probably the best we're gonna get just with the shape of the products. And then we have lips. So I just did a lipstick, liquid lipstick, lip gloss. Real simple in here. And then over here on the side, I just have some products I'm currently working on, setting spray, primer wise. And then behind there I have the Pat McGrath blush palette, eyeshadow palette from the Bridgerton collection, and then the Utopian Dreams palette. These are some things from winter I need to put away. I just haven't done yet. So those are all the products that are gonna be in my makeup basket for March. I'm excited because I have some new things to try. I'm gonna be starting a new spring project pan. And like I said, I know I'm gonna be getting a lot of things from a Sephora sale that I'm gonna want to try sooner rather than later, especially for foundation, because I'm gonna wanna return them if they're not going to end up working for me for some reason. So a little overwhelmed with all the new makeup that I have coming in, but I am excited to get some use out of it. I should have a lot of these things to feature in my monthly makeup ranking at the end of the month, as well as hopefully a few of the Sephora things, but some of those you might not hear my full thoughts until the month after, but we will see. So anyway, I would love to hear your thoughts on these products in the comments down below. Please leave me some recommendations of color combos with the eyeshadow palettes that I chose, and I would love to hear what your go-to spring makeup products are. And thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.